Now let's go to exercises 1A, B, and C. It tells us to find the area of each parallelogram below. Note that the figures are not drawn to scale. In order to find the area of a parallelogram, we are going to use the following equation. A equals B times H, where A is the area, B is the base, and H is the height. Now we have to know what that means to be base and height. We're going to call the base the length of one side. And then the height is going to be the perpendicular distance between opposite bases. It's very important to know that the height is the perpendicular distance between the opposite bases, because they're going to give you some information on these parallelograms, and some of the information you're not going to use. You're not going to need to use it. It's designed to confuse you. So if we look at A, this is how I would like you guys to do the following problem. Always start by writing the equation. A equals base times height. The second step is going to be to fill in the values for the base and the height. Now we have two sides here. We have this 6 down here at the bottom, and then we have the 5. We have to decide which one to use. Now we also see that there is a little perpendicular symbol in there, and what that is telling us is that the distance between the top and the bottom is going to be 4 centimeters. The base and the height that we want to use is going to be the 6 and the 4. Those are the two perpendicular dimensions that we have. The 5 is extra. We can just ignore that. So always try to find the perpendicular distances on these parallelograms. The third step is to solve it, to evaluate. 6 times 4 is 24, and we also want to make sure that we have correct units on there. Since this is being measured in centimeters, we measure the area in square centimeters. We put a little exponent 2 after the centimeters. So we would say the area of that particular parallelogram is 24 centimeters squared. If we were to do B, I'm going to fill in the dotted line here. We can see that 25 is the length of the bottom, 10 is the length of the side, and then 8 is the distance, the perpendicular distance between the top and the bottom. We know it's the perpendicular distance because we're provided that right angle symbol. So if I was to solve that, I would first start with the equation. Area equals base times height. I'm going to substitute the perpendicular distances. I'm going to cross this one out because it's not perpendicular to anything. So the base would be the length of the side, 25, and 8 would be that perpendicular distance between the top and the bottom. The top and the bottom, if it helps, understand that they're the same. And then the third step is to evaluate. 25 times 8 is 200, and we would put that as meters squared. Area equals 200 meters squared. Finally, this last one, we would start by writing the equation. The two values that I'm going to use are the 12 and the 7. Those two dimensions are perpendicular. You know that because of this right angle symbol right here. The last step then is to multiply. We get 84 square feet.